Hey guys, this is your DIY video for 8.8C, writing equations. We're going to look at one step and two step. So hopefully you have this notes sheet in front of you helping you out with writing the equations. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. Alright, example number 1. You buy 3 books that each cost the same amount and a magazine for $55.99. You know the magazine cost $1.99. How much does each book cost? So we are looking at this first in our words, and I highlighted those. We're looking at our variable, and that would be the book. I'm going to use that as X. And then we have to put it all together and write an equation. So we know that the books cost the same amount. So we're going to look at 3 books. Each cost the same amount. We don't know how much they cost, so I'm going to use my variable X. And a magazine. So and means add. And it cost $1.99. And the total is $55.99. So if I'm writing the equation, this would be 3. Here are my 3 books that each cost, we don't know, that's the unknown. We're looking for the unknown here, my variable. And we know that the magazine cost $1.99, and my total is $55.99. So if I were to solve this equation, I could do that with solving for the unknown, solving for X, and I could see what each book costs because I bought 3 of them. We're going to talk about solving equations later, but for now we're just setting them up. So let's take a look at another one. A personal trainer buys a weight bench for $500 and W weights for $24.99 each. The total cost of the purchase is $849.86. How many weights were purchased? So it gives me my variable here. I know that I'm going to use W for my weights. In my words, I'm going to highlight weight bench for $500 and W for weights for $24.99 each. And I know that my total is $849.86. How many weights were purchased? So sometimes you can look at this and work it backwards. So we know our total, that's going to be equals, right? $849.86. And I know that the weight bench cost $500, so I'm going to say plus $500 for the weight bench. And then I want to know how many weights I bought for $24.99 each. So I could say $24.99 W plus 500 equals $849.86. A couple more examples for you to look at, and I'll go through the thought process with you. Green's Gym charges a yearly fee of $75 plus $12.50 per session for a personal trainer. A new fitness center charges a yearly fee of $100 plus $10 per session with trainer. For how many sessions is this cost for of the 2 plans the same? So I am looking at setting 2 expressions equal to each other, and I want to see when I can make those 2 expressions the exact same amount. So on the left side, the expression would be $12.50 per session, so I'm going to say that's X, plus a yearly fee of $75. And then on the right side, for the new fitness center, I'm going to have $10 a session plus a yearly fee of $100. So this is an equation that has variables on both sides of the equal sign, and if I were to solve for x, that would give me the number of sessions that it would make these two expressions equal to each other. Once again, we're going to talk more about solving these later on in the project. Right now, we're just writing them. Okay. Number 4. First rate rental charges $40 a day plus 25 cents per mile. Star rental charges $25 a day plus 45 cents per mile. Write an equation that can be used to determine the number of miles M that will result in the same cost for one day. So it gives me the variable that I'm going to use. I'm going to use M for miles. And I'm looking for determine the number of miles that were the same cost for one day. Excuse me. So I'm going to put my equal sign. And I'm going to look at first rate rental and put that on the left side. So it's kind of the same scenario. I've got 25 cents per mile plus $40 a day. And I want to write an equation that would show me the same cost for the same day for each one of them. So I'm going to put an equal sign there. And star rental, I'm going to put the expression on the right side. 45 cents per mile plus $25 a day. So if I were to solve for M, I could see that how many miles it would be for the same cost for one day. We're not talking about solving right now. We're talking about setting up the equation. So we have one for you to try. Why don't you go ahead and pause the video and see if you can work it out. And if you get the right answer, you're probably good to move on to the evidence for 8.8c, writing the equations. Alright, so if you got 2.5 times h plus 54 equals 84, you are on the right track. This is 8.8c DIY video number 2.